Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Mike, and this is For the Record. So, if you're watching this and I look vaguely familiar, I just wanted to take a moment before I do the album review that you obviously know what it is because it's in the title. I'm doing the album review for the Eagles, live from the Forum. But I just want to take a second or two to say that I may look familiar because we did have another channel under the same name, For the Record, but I lost, I didn't lose the account, I lost access to it, and I wasn't sure if I was going to come back or not, and I figured I would try to launch my channel again under the same name and see where it goes. So if you were a fan of my previous channel, please subscribe, like, what have you, and if you're just browsing and just by chance watching this video for the album review, that's fine, welcome. If you like the content or you have recommendations of something you want me to review, a product review or album review, leave it in the comments. So at the same time, I'd like to make this video not only a product, or excuse me, an album review. I'd like to also maybe make it an ask me anything, and I will answer those questions if anybody's interested in asking questions. I'll answer those questions in an up-and-coming video. So there you go, ask me anything. And without further ado, we are going to get started with the Eagles live from the Forum. So it is now February of 2021, and you're probably asking yourself, why are you doing the album review of something that came out previous year? I have a good answer for that. I have a good answer. And there is nothing more that I like in the morning other than coffee. I like tea, so we're gonna a little bit of lemon. Just kind of a relaxing day today. I have the day off. It's gonna be some awful weather, so I'm just trying to stay warm. So, Eagles live from the Forum. Well, this album came out in October of 2020. It is now February of 2021. Well, the reason I'm late to the game is I was in the middle of filming. I was probably three-quarters. I was almost done with the video, and for whatever reason, my phone just zonked out. It wasn't the battery or anything like that. It was something to do with the memory, but I've been doing other videos that have, that have gone longer or as long with no issues, but for some reason that video was a problem. So hopefully this is uploaded. This records fine, and I'll be able to upload it today or tomorrow. So I did the video and I lost everything. I really didn't want to start over again, because I originally did that video October, November of 2020. I just didn't have the motivation. Shortly after, I then lost access to my account, so a few things were going on. I lost motivation. But right now, I really recently really felt that this album needs to be looked at. It needs to be heard. Even with the few subscribers I have, I really think this album absolutely needs to be heard. It can be a little pricey. I have some notes right here just to kind of keep me kind of on the narrow. There's quite a bit of information, but it's quite expensive depending on where you find it. But at the same time, I did notice that the price dropped mainly on Amazon. I've gotten several notifications that the price has dropped considerably. I'm not sure right now, the time you're watching this video, if that's the case, but at the time of me filming this video, and the past few weeks the price has dropped considerably. So I'm going to talk mainly about the 4 LP edition, and I'll dive briefly into the CD and DVD edition as well. There are several different editions for this box set or to the album, but I'm really going to talk mainly about the Eagles Live from the Forum 4 LP edition. So first and foremost, I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag, and I'll say this, that this album is probably in my top 5 or 8 best sounding albums. Absolutely flawless. But I'm gonna refer to my notes here for a moment. As I said, I admit I'm late to the game, and I explained why. Technical difficulties and everything else. So, Eagles Live from the Forum. I wonder if I can put this up somewhere. Not really have anything set up, but Eagles Live from the Forum. So, the Eagles Live from the Forum. It is a live album and concert filmed from the Eagles, or by the Eagles. It records concerts at the Forum in Inglewood, California, that took place over 3 nights in September of 2018. It is the first release to feature new band members, Deacon Fry and Vince Gill. Obviously, Deacon Fry, if you're unaware, is the son of Glenn Fry, who passed away a few years back. Alongside Don Henley, Joe Walsh, and Timothy B. Schmidt. I will take a moment and mention an addition to the band a few years back. I think it was probably previously to or around Hell Freezes Over. I'm not sure exactly when he joined, but I know he was part of the documentary of the Eagles. His name is Stuart Smith, and this guy is he is a hell of a guitar player. He is so good, and he just adds to the band. He's really, really, really good. He's been with the band for many years. So Deacon, the son of, as I said, the son of former band member, I really call him former, he passed away, Glenn Fry, Gill, and Vince Gill joined the band following the death of the elder Fry in 2016. It was released on October 16th, 2020, in a variety of formats, including CD, DVD, and Blu-ray. So, as I was going to go on with the credits, certainly should be given to a remarkable guitarist, as I said, Stuart Smith. He's just unbelievable in this concert. Vince Gill, phenomenal, fits right in. His guitar playing, his singing, I don't know if you can say it natural. He's a solo artist himself, but his style, his voice, he adds to the band. 100% fits right in. Deacon Fry, some might say that he has some big shoes to fill, but his performance, in my opinion, is remarkable. And if I can use more than one word than remarkable, it's perfect. He's just Deacon Fry is just unbelievable in this concert. I think he's only in his early to mid 20s at the time, but just a remarkable artist. Not kids to rock bands, or any band for that matter, don't always follow in their parents or their parents' footsteps. But Deacon just knocked it out of the park with this one. Absolutely flawless. Now, I know you might say, well, it's a live concert and it's edited and it's made to look and sound great, but nonetheless, it was a great concert to watch, great, even a better concert to hear, and the sound quality on the LP release is flawless. I think it sounds great. So, as I said, I did notice, or I have noticed, a considerable, since its original release, a considerable price drop. Now, that may or may not be the case. When you're watching this, you might search for it, and it's a higher price. But as I said, I did notice a price drop. But if you shop around, whether it's, you know, I'll take a minute to say that I try to support these bands. And once I heard it was released, I put a pre-order in. The first thing I did was I went onto the Eagles website, and they were the same price, average. They were about the same price on the band's website as they are on Amazon, but they wanted a lot of money for shipping, and I went onto Amazon, and it is sold by the band. It's directly sold by the band on Amazon, but it was cheaper, plus it was free shipping. So supporting the band, I was happy to do that, and saved quite a bit on shipping. So shop around, support the band if you can. It just made sense for me where I bought it, so everything worked out. Be sure to shop around. As I said, if you plan on supporting the band, be sure to buy on Amazon, and it's cheaper than the band's website, and it's also directly sold by the band. As I said, I kind of repeated myself there. So I'll talk about, let's, you know what, I'm going to skip a little bit here. I think what I'll do is I will talk briefly about what I think of the concert. Maybe talk briefly about some of the different editions, and then I'll dive a little bit more into some of the prices and the releases, whether it's on CD, Blu-ray, or vinyl. So maybe I can put this back here. Nope. Okay, no problem at all. All right, I'm gonna put it down anyway. Okay. This is the front. This is the box set, by the way. Okay, and I'll show you more in a moment. I did an unboxing on my previous channel. If you'd like to see an unboxing, I'll see what I can do, and I'll try to get that video uploaded. But so what do I think of the album? Well, I not only obviously like and collect records, as you can tell. That's the whole point of my channel here. I also like visually. I like watching bands. I just enjoy it. You know, it's a different thing when you hear it, and then it's a completely different feeling when you visually see it. As far as the DVD, it was a pleasure to watch the band. How well they sounded is just, after all these years, they sound just spectacular. They sound really, really, really good. They sing in harmony, and they've done it in the beginning, which is kind of unique for a rock, country rock band. They've definitely perfected the sound, and they've been doing it since day one, and they sound just unbelievable today, so many years later. Don Henley sings falsetto. He's got to be in the 70s, and he just sounds unbelievable. Now again, you'll probably say, but it's they have all these digital components, and they have the money to spend, but I don't think that's the case. I think obviously any concert you watch, it's gonna sound the way it sounds, whether you add to it, whether you do something digitally to it. But you know what? I listen to it, and it's a pleasure to hear Don still have that falsetto voice, and the rest of the band sounds so good singing in harmony. It's just a real pleasure to hear. A lot of these bands, they break up, as the Eagles did, and then reformed for Hell Freezes Over, but they came back even stronger, I think, after the breakup. For like 14 or 15 years that they were broken up, and came back, and they sound great today. And they are a powerhouse, no matter who they bring into the band. They just sound like a great band even after 40 plus years. So as far as the 4 record or LP, the 4 LP edition, I consider it a perfect pressing. Now again, I'm concentrating on the 4 LP edition, okay? Because there are different variations. The 4 LP, it sounds perfect. where am I? It's a remarkable sounding album. Probably due to the fact that it was produced by Don Henley and the band's manager Irving Azoff, who was managing them for many years. Watching a documentary on them, they said somebody called Irving Azoff a devil, and Don Henley remarked with, well, he's our devil, which might be the case, but he's just a great manager. It's just such a clean sounding album. I like the fact that the editions of the concert, whether it's available on the 4 LP edition, CD or DVD, Blu-ray, or 4 LP edition, it's a complete concert, with the exception of some of the other releases, which I'll get into later. It's a complete album from start to finish. Start to finish. There's probably a couple little things that were removed, but when I hear the 4 LP edition and I watch the concert, it's complete, which is kind of neat. They very easily could have went the cheap route and just said, we're going to cut out all the banter and cut it down to maybe two or three records. But I like the fact that it's complete, because they do talk periodically, not long, but they sort of do introductions, but it doesn't go on for a long period of time, so I don't really think it takes away from the album. I think it adds to it, because the things they talk about, Don talks about, and Deacon, they talk briefly off and on, and it's just kind of nice to have the interaction. Kind of makes you feel like you're there, and it's just nice. So I don't think it really would cut out that much, but they certainly could have condensed it more, and they have. But I recommend the 4 LP edition, because it's just nice to hear the concert complete. I last year, 2 years ago, when they released CCR's Woodstock, it's that on I think it was oh shoot, who did that one? I can't remember who did that one. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can see it. I just can't remember the name. But it was released start to finish. Master Recordings did that one, and it was nice. I like to hear start to finish. So I just like that. So the flow of the concert seems natural, but of course we're talking about the Eagles. Expect nothing less. We hear some classic Eagles songs. Don Henley does a song from his solo career. I believe he just does one. Boys of Summer, I think it was. He did one song from solo, and so it kind of breaks everything up. You're not listening to the normal Eagles. They kind of break it up with Don Henley. As I said, Don Henley sings falsetto. Man of his age, it's great that he still got it. Simply amazing. Joe Walsh has some fun with the concert. Joe Walsh is a character. Watching him on stage is different than just listening. He's certainly worth getting the DVD. Vince Gill does a song from his solo career, but of course fits right in. He hits it right out of the park. He really does. It kind of fits in with the Eagles sound. Let's talk Deacon Fry, if I haven't talked about Deacon Fry enough. Nothing less than perfect. He nails it with the songs he sings. His dad Glenn would be so proud. He's up above looking down at his son, and he's center stage. He's not just a stand-in. He's not just a backup. He is center stage, and he carries that band. He really does. He carries that band through the concert. Absolutely. His father will be proud. Deacon is not just a stand-in. He's not just a backup, but he's truly an Eagle. So some of the songs, I'm not going to go into all the songs each and every person does. You should go out and get it yourself. But take my word for it, it's absolutely worth every dime. So I wanted to mention Deacon only because, when you bring somebody new into the band, you're not just bringing in a new drummer, you're not just bringing in a new, a backup singer. You're not just bringing in another guitarist or a backup guitarist because somebody is sick. They brought in Deacon because his father had passed away, and they weren't sure of the future of the band. So, you know, so Don, you know, they weren't sure of the future of the band, and they brought in Deacon, and he's worth it, absolutely worth it. So Deacon, you know, take it easy. 2 words, he owns it, kills it. How long is from the 2007 album, Long Road Out of Eden. With Don Henley, he sings it with Don Henley, and it's so well done. It's really, you kind of listen to it, and then when How Long comes on, it really still gives me chills when I hear it, because it's just so, it's so good. It's such a good song that you know, Deacon and Don Henley sing together. It's really nice to hear. It's actually it's my personal favorite on the album. And Peaceful Easy Feeling. I mean, the sound of Glenn Frey lives on. We'll say that. Let me see, where was I? So, you know, the album, in short, is it's perfect. I mean, it's perfect. This, as I said, is the 4 LP edition. Okay, nice little box set. This little box here. I did do, as I said, I did do an unboxing cover. Okay, this is the hype sticker I saved. I'm not going to go through the whole booklet, but I will show you the booklet. 16 or 20 pages or so, just kind of find. Oh yeah, there's Deacon right there. He's just so energetic, and he just fits right in, you know. And it's kind of nice to. There he is. There's everybody else and some other. But yeah, I'm not going to do all the pages here. It's probably, like I said, it's one of my top best sounding albums. Oh, I want to show you this picture here. This is Joe Walsh. Where is he? Right there. The expression on his face is funny, and he really commends Deacon Frey. Both him and Don Henley talk about Deacon several times in the concert. I think Don Henley makes a comment. He says that they lost a brother, they lost a leader, but they gained a son, and it's really nice that he talks about Deacon like that. So that's that. You're wondering, well, where are the albums? I'm not going to show you all the records because they look the same, you know. So this actually is. I'll explain what I did here in a second. These are the inner sleeves, okay, that, you know, they're pretty good. I mean, they're paper cardboardish kind of, you know. That's the number 1 LP. Each one says LP1, LP2, so on and so forth, and then the track listing on the back. Okay, now what I did was I had some generic jackets, okay, because I wanted to. These are just generic, okay, because I wanted to put this up on the shelf. It doesn't really fit in, you know what I mean? It takes up a lot of space in the on the shelf. So I put the box up on display, and I took these, and I'll show you what I did here. And what I do is I just take this, and as a backing, okay, and I just kind of go like that, okay, and then I take the records with my rice paper sleeves. And I'll show you one, but they all look the same, except, you know, obviously. Let's see here. Don't want to touch it. Okay, they're, you know, they look nice, you know. They're clean. They're slick or sleek, you know, nothing fancy dancy about it. You know, Warner Brothers label there, and But yeah, they're just 180 gram vinyl, of course, you know, which doesn't do anything for the sound, but it's on 180 gram vinyl. Yeah. So you have the inner sleeve there, and then you have the nothing on the back, and then you have 2. Three. They're all different colors. They go from brown to, I don't know, I think it's like a purple bluish kind of. Looks brown, but I think it's because it's the lighting. This number 4. And you know, the price for the LP, the 4 LP edition it seems to be the same. It's about $80, but it's really not a bad price considering the packaging. It's really not a bad price at all, and it's worth it. The $80 is so worth it, and you will probably be able to find it cheaper. So let's talk briefly. So you know how I feel about the concert. Let's talk briefly about some of the editions. Okay, now at this point, you know, a lot of product and or album reviews, they go, you know, here's the link here, here, and here. I wish I could do that and say, you know, this is this LP edition and this is the CD edition. I have the technology to do that. I did get a new computer recently, so I'm hoping in the future that I'm able to show the editions or the pressings. Which is something I've never done before. So I'm going to talk about the top tier. The top tier would be it retails for $149.98. $150 retails. That's considered the Super Deluxe Edition. Contains 4 180 gram LPs, 2 CDs, and a Blu-ray of the concert film, housed in a deluxe slipcase with 16-page book featuring photos from the Forum stage. Now it's very similar to the edition I have, very similar, except the packaging, the boxing is a little differently. The booklet inside is probably the same, but you have to be careful when you buy these because not everybody has a Blu-ray player. So when you're out and about, make sure that if you're shopping, make sure if you don't want the Blu-ray, that you get the DVD, because if you get from what I understand, I could be wrong, but I went onto the website, and as far as I know, the Super Deluxe only comes with Blu-ray. I'm 99% sure. So if you go with that route, be sure you have a Blu-ray player. I'm not sure if they have an option to get that as a DVD. You may have to buy it separately. I am not sure. 99% sure. So you have your next tier would be the Eagles Live from the Forum 4 LP, as I mentioned, as I have here. Okay, this retails for $80 or $79.98. $80. I out of everything, if you look at the single LP or the double LP, don't waste your money. Go with the 4 LP edition. Okay, just splurge and get this one. You have the Blu-ray and CD, which is about $31. You have the 2 CD, which is just the 2 CD. I have the CD and DVD, but the 2 CD would be about $15. Okay. The 2 CD, you have different prices. You have the 2 CD, and then you have without the DVD and with the DVD. Okay, so you can anywhere from $15 to $25, depending on if you get the CD with or without the DVD. Go up to $25 or $20-something. I would recommend getting the 2 LP. I think I have even seen a single LP, but more importantly, the 2 LP is common, and that's probably one of the first things you'll see when you go onto eBay or Amazon is the 2 LP. I do not recommend that one because, you know, a lot of it I can imagine is cut out, and it's probably really more or less the best of sort of the more common Eagles songs, which, you know, we've all heard the Eagles songs, and it's nice to hear it a little differently on the 4LP. So I am serious. If you buy this and you don't like it, if you buy the 4LP edition and don't like it, I'll buy it from you. Okay? Just splurge and get this for yourself. Don't bother with the 2LP edition, because everything I would imagine is cut from it. So there's literally a price for everybody. So I had picked this up at the same, or I had pre-ordered this, and I had gotten the 2 CD and DVD, making sure I did not get the Blu-ray. I have a Blu-ray player, but I have a DVD player in more than one room in my house, so I just wanted to get the DVD. So this is the 2 CD and DVD. I have the CDs in my car, so I don't have them to show it. They more or less look the same. Okay, nice little, opens up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, this is actually kind of neat because this shows, excuse me, this kind of shows them. This is how they look like on stage. Deacon is, I think Deacon is right here. You have Joe Walsh right here. Don Henley is somewhere over here. And yeah, there you go. And then you open it up and you have your little booklet right here. Okay, 1 CD, 2 CD, and then the DVD, which is right here. You know, this I can't say it enough. I think it's pretty much probably the same as the other booklet. And Stuart Smith, which is right here. That's Joe Walsh and Stuart Smith right here, and Glenn Fry, I think. I mean, Deacon, not Glenn. Deacon Fry's right there. Don Henley right there. Which is kind of cool because Don gets behind the drum sets a few times. He gets behind his drum set several times, and times that he's not playing drums, he's got somebody to stand in that does a great job as well. I don't recall his name, but it's neat to see. Again, it's not easy to sing and play the drums at the same time, and when somebody at his age can still do it flawlessly, it's just fantastic to see and hear him sing Hotel California. It's great. So yeah, CD, DVD. So I was really excited about doing this review, and I'm kind of disappointed I wasn't able to do it sooner. Technical difficulties made it very difficult, but I'm glad I'm able to do it now, and I hope that if you are planning on getting the Eagles Live from the Forum, I hope you go with the 4LP edition. It's absolutely worth every time. The second I dropped the cartridge onto the first song on LP1 side 1, it was them, the first song singing in harmony. It was just stunning to hear it for the first time. Stunning. And just a quick Eagles concert story. I was never able to see, but I just want to kind of share this with you. A few years ago, I believe it was 2018. It was probably this tour, and they were coming through Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut. They were kind of in that area, and they were going to Boston, and I had the opportunity to go, but it was, I think I was going on vacation, and 2 days before I would come home from vacation, they were in Boston. So but believe it or not, I was actually still able to get seats, but I just decided not to because I was going on vacation. I really, 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 really want to see the Eagles at least one time before I die. And this is as close as you're going to get. It's a great concert. Visually, the DVD is great. The Blu-ray is probably going to even be even better. The 4LP is absolutely 4LP edition is absolutely flawless. You will not be disappointed. Not be disappointed at all. I promise you that. Sounds fantastic. Now, if you're still watching this, I don't know why, because we're going on more than 30 minutes. This is one of my longest videos ever. Didn't really plan on it, but you never know what's going to happen when I push record. So, if you're still watching this, I want you to type in the comments, history of the Eagles. Okay? History of the Eagles. Now, if you're unaware of this, okay, this is a documentary that was done a few years back, around the time of, I want to say it was around the time of when Hell Freezes Over. Might have been, because that's when it was, they talked a lot about Hell Freezes Over. This is, if you're an Eagles fan, this is something that you need to get. This is History of the Eagles. This particular this particular copy comes with part 1 and part 2, because it's 2 DVDs, 2 different parts, and then it also comes with a concert, the Eagles live in 1977. So, History of the Eagles, this is it, right from, pretty much from birth. They talk about everything. Very, very in-depth. The most in-depth documentary for a band, right here. This goes all the way up in the very, very, very beginning. Their early influences to Hell Freezes Over, how and why they got back together, and this is just a remarkable documentary. I saw it on Netflix, I think, years ago, and when I had picked up Eagles Live from the Forum, I was looking at my DVDs and CDs, and I realized this is one I did not have, and I really enjoyed this documentary because I have absolutely loved the Eagles. I think they were just a band that absolutely, it's great that they're still around today, even after their breakup. But they're back together, which is great. So, as you draw to, and again, if you're watching this, I want you in the comments to type in history of the Eagles. So, Eagles Live from the Forum. I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. Absolutely flawless, absolutely perfect. The 4LP edition, the 2 CD, the 1 DVD. Absolutely, you need to get this album. You need to get it. Seriously. Okay? If you get one live album this year or last year, get the Eagles Live from the Forum. So, as always, you know, it is a pleasure to do these videos, even if I'm starting over. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you taking time to watch this. And, well, as always, be kind to others. Peace.